Prior to Monday's meeting of Hillsboro City Council, firefighters and their supporters gathered outside the Highland County Justice Center. They were on hand to express their concerns about layoffs of part-time and volunteer firefighters recently announced by Safety and Service Director Rick Giroux. At 7 p.m., just as Council was about to convene, the firefighters filed through the doors of the Hillsboro Municipal Courtroom, organized in a show of solidarity to protest the layoffs and make their case that the layoffs are harmful to the safety of local residents and could have been avoided through communication and negotiations. After some residents voiced their concerns about the layoffs, Hillsboro Fire Chief Jerry Powell addressed Council and announced his resignation, expressing his gratitude for the chance to serve the citizens for the past 28 years. Powell was rewarded with a long-standing ovation from those assembled. Firefighter Ed Puckett addressed Council and City administrators, expressing his frustrations over the issue.
Fire department, and we're funding other things that the money shouldn't go, number one. We build a new fire station, we see it in the papers all the day about the money it costs and paying it off, and yet we have a police station that's also up there that the money is coming from EMS revenue to pay for. Money that could have been utilized for manpower. Second of all, we talk about that the fire department is the big budget drain on the city. We hear it every day. Yet we have a police department that has the same budget, manpower, only covers the city and no revenue. So I have a problem when we produce $480,000 in revenue from the township prior and we're the drain on the city. The comment about we done it before with 4 full-time guys, we spent $360,000 a year in overtime that the council and the city and the residents were upset about. We did not operate with 4 people. We operated with all those other full-time guys that called in. That's what produced that $360,000. The problem we have now, we're sitting at a 4-man shift right now. One guy's off, which is me with surgery for recruit. That's 3 men on the shift. 1 squadron goes out the door when we have no staff. We have no one to call after the 29th because our volunteers are going in their part-time form. Who's covering those runs? We talk about the Highland Enterprise fire. We talk about mutual aid. Mutual aid is fine. They're 20 minutes to get to us. And we appreciate all our mutual aid and our buddies, and we're a brotherhood. But what happens in the fire in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes is it doubles and triples and quadruples in size and gets out of hand you can't control. Not only that, we have firefighters going in to fight these fires, and there's no RIT teams, no rescuers, nobody backing them up for their lives. The problem is it's misplaced. This is the only city I've ever seen of a fire department that a chief gets letters where he's restricted from putting input or being on the board or on the council to negotiate fire stuff. His job as fire chief under ORC, Fred can tell you what it is, and quote it, his job is to be involved in every aspect of policies for the fire department, contracts, SOGs, and anything that does with the operation of the fire department. But yet he's stifled, and nobody from the fire department, professional firemen that know the system, know how it runs, are ever on board to negotiate with townships. I had a plan that was put in force. The township trustees got comments through the public that they liked it. It got shoved under the desk by the administration. The new administration comes over and you hear nothing about it. We lose Pink Township because we had nothing to offer or would not do anything that would be appeasable or have the right people to diplomatically discuss it. Why is the fire department, the ones that know the ins and outs of the fire department, always shoved aside in negotiations to come to a resolution? Why is that? I'd like to know, because I guarantee you, when this all started, I could have took 2 other men and I could have resolved this situation with a $3.2 million levy. We could have covered all the townships. The city would have saved $200,000 and had a substation in Pink Township.
Hillsboro Mayor Drew Hastings was asked by Washington Township trustee Arthur Harless why the city seems interested only in negotiating with Liberty Township rather than with Newmarket, Jackson, and Washington.
Liberty is really the linchpin to it all. If we're not able to put a deal together with Liberty, none of the rest matters. At least that's been my feeling.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, no, I'm saying because they're the largest township they're geographically and logistically, if you're going to put a deal together, you need to put Liberty together, and then the others, we assumed, would kind of fall into place.
That ain't fair to those townships.
But I've also found that talking to the townships en masse did not seem to work. And the only reason that it came down to Liberty was because they happened to finally have that township meeting. There was some kind of suggestions as to whether or not we wanted to talk. I said yes. They wanted to talk, and so it made sense to talk to them and then see if we could make it branch out from there. It just seemed like we were at the 12th hour, and I'm trying to solve this problem.
Hastings is holding a public briefing at 6 p.m. Wednesday at Southern State Community College. The public is invited to attend, and the mayor said he will take questions at that session. For more on Monday's council meeting, be sure and pick up a copy of Tuesday's Times-Gazette.